Hello, I'm Jacqueline Kane, medical intuitive and pain specialist. Today, my health and life are fantastic. I'm having more fun than ever before, but it wasn't always this way. There was a time in my life when I was living in pain and struggling in my marriage, my life, and my business. Back then, I thought I was doing everything right. I was doing yoga, meditating with an Indian master, and I was working out at the gym, and still my life went off course. And I found myself not being present for my kids, my husband, my business was struggling, and I was living with physical pain in my low back and hip areas. I was depressed and feeling trapped. And that sent me on a journey of learning and discovering why I ended up in that place. And what I discovered was that there are beliefs and programming inside of me, along with ancestral energy that I was carrying, that I didn't even know I was carrying, or that I could do something about it to change it. It was during this time that I hired coaches and teachers to help me uncover and then clear this programming and clear the energy. One of the most impactful workshops I experienced was an ancestral energy clearing workshop. It was impactful because immediately after the clearing, I noticed there were shifts happening in my family. I noticed that my son and my husband all of a sudden were planning a vacation where before it was feeling stuck. Also, my brother and my sister immediately reached out to me when in the past they hadn't reached out at all. So what I learned was that when you work with energy, things can shift and improve faster and easier than anything before. And the most wonderful thing was that I was discovering that I could have control in the energy I was carrying, and I could choose to keep the energy of where I was or shift into something more fun and empowering. The first step is awareness. An awareness that we are all energetic beings, susceptible to the energy of others. And it all starts in the womb. For 9 months, we are exposed to the hormones, nutrition, and emotional state of our mother. We take on all of her energy, her happiness, her sadness. We didn't have a choice. We were conceived inside of her. All her worries, concerns become us. We are in that energy, and that's what we were conceived in. That's where your ancestral energetic story begins. Because your mom was carrying her mother's energies, all of her beliefs and programming. There were even ancestral health conditions, physical pain and suffering entering into you as you were in her womb. And it became your DNA. Your cells were infused with it. Your nervous system, every system in your body was created in that energy. The DNA of your personal family trauma is being passed down from generation to generation. Along with your mother's energy, you also inherited your parents' ancestors' unresolved emotional issues, their problems and trauma. These patterns can have an inhibiting or disruptive influence on your life today. Some of these can create obstacles in your lives without you even realizing it. Blocking your pathway to joy, abundance, standing in your authentic power, and having unlimited possibilities show up for you. Scientists are now studying how the grandchildren of the Holocaust are impacted by ancestral energy, leading to grief, sadness, pain. It's been written that they experience guilt around being alive. That guilt will then show up in every area of their lives. They can feel bad about being successful and doing well without realizing it. This will keep them from creating more success. They could also experience a lot of sadness in their lives and not understand why. For me, I remember growing up with fear and worry and not really knowing why I was always so nervous. I thought everybody was nervous. That worry and fear kept me exhausted and depressed for years. That was when I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and was living with physical pain in my hips and my low back. In my own life, my grandmother and mother lived in Sardinia, Italy during World War II. My grandfather was a soldier fighting at the front while she was home alone raising 3 children. Living in fear and worry about his life, struggling to feed her children, and living in constant fear of the German soldiers who'd invaded her town, that was the norm for her life. She never spoke of those days, and yet I could only imagine the level of fear she must have felt and how that impacted her on a daily basis. Because back then, nobody talked about it. Everybody suppressed their emotions just to survive. They were living it. Why talk about it? But yet that fear became a part of them, affecting their neurons, their programming, their DNA, and all systems of their body. And again, that fear was passed down from one family member to the next. And all of this becomes so ingrained in us that we don't even question it. Before that ancestral energy clearing workshop, I expected to live with fear. I just thought it was me. I didn't realize I could shift it and actually not feel this. So all of this becomes programmed into us, and we don't even question it. I saw the impact this had on my mother as I saw her live her life with worry and fear every single day, feeling like there was nothing she could do about it, saying things like, the doctor can't help me. Nobody can help me feel better. I'll always have this pain. You may even hear people say, that's just the way it is. Or my family has heart problems. There's nothing we can do about it. In this video, I offer you a new way of looking at energy and give you permission to decide what energy you would like to keep and what energy you would like to look at differently and decide to release and let go of. Ancestral energy impacts these 5 areas: physical and emotional health, conflict in your relationships, your ability to create wealth, your ability to stand fully in your power, and your spiritual connections and faith. If you are having challenges in any of these areas, then ancestral healing may be the missing link that can free you to living your life filled with ease, flow, abundance, and personal fulfillment. When we clear the energy, then you have the opportunity to choose a new way of being. Your body and mind can then begin to choose how you want to feel. You can choose what new beliefs you want to believe about yourself and about how you get to be in the world. When that change occurs, physical healing can be achieved faster and easier. You can get back to living your life with more ease and flow. You have new awareness around your pain and can feel empowered around your health and life and take back control of it. Ancestral clearing has made a huge difference in my life. I no longer worry about things. I get to choose to trust in myself, trust that I am fully supported in all areas of my life, and trust that I am always safe and taken care of. This has all resulted in allowing more ease and flow into my marriage, enjoying fun, adventurous vacations, a successful business, and being more present when hanging out with my friends. So let's look at each of these areas and how ancestral energy is impacting them for you. Let's first look at physical and emotional health. So take a quick scan of your health. How is your physical health? Do you experience physical pain on a daily basis? How is your energy level? When you look at your family members, do they have similar complaints? What's the common complaint that you hear in your family? in regards to their health. I work with a lot of women who have physical pain and illnesses like fibromyalgia and arthritis. These conditions can be caused by carrying a lot of sadness and grief. And I found usually that that's passed down from their caregivers. That over time, due to law of attraction, one, we're used to hearing our ancestors talk about the pain that they're feeling. And also, that energy is passed down to us, so we carry it, and we end up with physical pain. Other clients have had low back pain for years, and when we've dived into deep, other clients have had low back pain for years. When we dive deep to uncover their ancestral story, we discover that their mom or an elder family member also always had low back pain. The energy of their mom's back pain was passed down to them. One client found that after she experienced an ancestral clearing with me, her back pain went away and has not come back. When we look at the energy we are carrying and who it belongs to, we can shift it faster and easier. More examples are the families where heart conditions are passed down from one family to the next. You may hear people say, yes, heart conditions run in our families. That's just the way it is. Or headaches run in our family, or arthritis or infertility. In regards to emotional health, there could be depression, ADD, anxiety. Think of your family members and what was the energy what they were carrying? What was the emotional state that most of them were in while you were being raised? And are they still carrying that? And are you carrying that? And where is it impacting your health? Remember, the first step is awareness. Second area, conflicts in your relationships. Take a quick scan of your relationships and what do you notice? Do you have a lot of deep, meaningful relationships? People who surround you that you feel so much love and gratitude with, that you feel supported by 100%? Or are your relationships not very strong? They're kind of superficial without a lot of meaning. Are you lucky in love? Or are you single and finding it hard to create deeper connections? This is where you may hear things like, oh, the siblings in that family were always unlucky in love. They could never find the right person. Or they were always shy and never felt comfortable in crowds. Take a look now at your relationships and how are they? What's the biggest thing that you notice about them in your relationships? Number 3 is your ability to create wealth. When you look at your income and your ability to create wealth, what do you notice? Is there a pattern? Is it easy to create wealth and income and savings? Or is it easy to create debt and lack and scarcity? What's the pattern? Also, as you look at your inherited ancestral energy, what energy shows up there for you? For example, has this happened to you? Maybe you had a parent who had a business, but it went bankrupt. And after that, it was always hard for that parent to create money to support the family and make ends meet. Were they living paycheck to paycheck? When you look at your yearly income, is it the same amount that your parents made? And maybe now you have a business, and are you having a hard time making it as successful as you desire? Another example is, did someone steal money from a parent? And you find yourself in the same situation where someone stole money from you or embezzled from you. Where is this energy showing up in your life? Number 4, your ability to stand fully in your power. When you look over your past conversations, is it easy for you to say no to people? Or is it easy for you to stand up to people? When you look at your upbringing, was it easy for people who raised you to stand in their power? Or were they raised with manipulation and sarcasm? And was that energy passed down to you? How did they get their needs met? Did they find it easy to ask other people to do things for them? Or did they use blame and shame to get people to help them and support them? On a scale of 1 to 10, how easy is it for you to ask a friend for help? Again, we are looking at where you are right now. Just awareness. No blame, only awareness. And if this is triggering you right now, I suggest everybody take a deep breath and let that go. And feel your feet. And just be present to the moment. Allow those emotions to come up and out of you without judgment. Remember, we can only change something in our lives when we have awareness. So breathe those emotions through you. We're almost done. The 5th one is spiritual connections and faith in yourself. Did your family have faith that things would work out? Was there a lot of worry and fear around trusting your inner guidance? What did you learn about faith and spirituality? How strong is your faith that you can take care of yourself? And that you are 100% supported by the universe or God or whatever else you believe in? When you have a desire to create something, what happens? Do you find that you have all these creative ideas and your inner critic beats you up and you never actually get it accomplished? Then was there a caretaker in your life that would always beat themselves up for not being perfect and not getting things right or not doing well? And has that become your pattern? So where are you right now? What insight have you received as we went through each one of these? What is your ancestral story? Is it that life is always hard? Life is a struggle. Life is painful. Or is it life is easy, there's flow, all my needs are met? The price of not healing this ancestral karma is not standing in your power, crippling self-doubt, confusion, lack of clarity, spinning and procrastinating with the things you really desire. Basically, you won't be able to live the life that you desire. All of this is stopping you from living your authentic life, stopping you from being you, the real you. And know that you have the power to heal, clear, and create a new ancestral story. Remember that we don't get six-pack abs by going to the gym once. We also don't clear this energy by doing it just once. You've lived with this energy for years and even decades. It's a process. And with love and support, you can shift this energy. I'd also like to take you through a process. So for right now, take a deep breath and bring that energy all the way down your feet, down into your toes. And become aware of your feet. Maybe they're on the floor. Maybe you have socks or shoes on. Just become aware of them. And now repeat after me and say I and state your name. Bring back my energy from all the places I've left it. And you're going to say that 2 more times. So I and state your name. Bring back my energy from all the places I've left it. I and state your name. Bring back my energy from all the places I've left it. And now I want you to gather up all of the awareness that you came into today. And gather it up into a ball. And now as you take a deep breath and bring this breath and that ball down through your body, down your legs, and down deep into Mother Earth. Bring it down to the center of the earth and ground it. And now honor this ancestral energy that you have inherited. And thank it for all it's done for you. And release it into Mother Earth. Allow her to take it, heal it, and send you a new energized ball of healing, loving light. And bring this new ball up from the earth and up into your body. Bring it up through your legs. And as it comes up, it energizes every cell of your body. Up into your pelvic area, up into your abdomen, up into your heart, up into your throat, up into your mind, and 36 inches above your head onto the belly of a star, shining as bright as 10,000 suns. As you take a deep breath, bring that energy back down into your mind's eye, into your throat, and down into your heart. And allow this energy to expand outside of you into the area, to the space of where you are. And breathe it outside of the room of where you are. And allow it to expand even further to outside of the town, outside of the globe. And take a few deep breaths. Enjoy this new freedom. Enjoy this new authentic you of who you are. As you allow yourself to come back to the here and now, And know that you can come back to this video at any time and pause it anywhere along it to take notes, to enjoy this meditation a little deeper. And be sure to write down any ahas, any awareness that has come up for you. And again, thank you for watching. I'm Jacqueline Kane from JacquelineMKane.com. And also at Stop the Pain with Jacqueline Kane in my Facebook group. You are welcome to join me in any of my communities. And I wish you success in living your authentic life.